Let's try and start the YouTube stream again. I mean, like, I can see that we're live. Oh, I know why. I've marked the stream as unlisted. That's why. I'm an idiot. So now I think we should see that we're live. Yeah, there we go. We're now live on YouTube. I'm an idiot. My bad, my bad, my bad. Not testing Dragapult for NAIC. I mean, I probably would play Dragapult if I were going to NAIC. Don't get me wrong. But no. Plays Prime Catcher. Yo. That's really bad. That's really bad. That's like really bad. Oh no. Time to stamp. Ooh, there's no stamp there. There's no stamp there. Bring me stamp. This might be a sob turn. This could well be a sob turn. Sob. Just to try and buy us some time until we can find. Oh wait, now stamp doesn't work because we're not getting KO'd. So maybe we should have just torrential pumped taken the 2. I quite like sob here though. We're just going to be having a sob battle, except I lose because he just comes in and KOs with Mega Kang, so it's a sob battle that's not actually that good. In fact, yeah, I just straight up lose here, right? If he torrential pumps the monkey, then we're back in the game because we can try and draw stamp again. No, I think we just lose, right? Yeah, I think we just lose, unfortunately. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Prime Catcher. That was that caught me off guard. That for sure caught me off guard. Was not ready for that. Yeah, apparently Live's having some matchmaking issues today, so there may be some long pauses in between games. Hopefully not, but we'll have to wait and see. Just today, how rare. True. Oh, why isn't my YouTube chat working now? Is it because it's from the old stream? Maybe it's because it's from the old stream. Hello, so what are you playing for NAIC if going? What would you play if you aren't going? So I'm not going, but I would play Dragapult of some sort. I'm a big Dedunce fan, but I think Dedunce is in a really rough spot because I think everybody is going to be playing, or has the potential to be playing, Watchtowers. So I'd probably play straight Dragapult. But any kind of Dragapult I think is really good. Pult Noir I think is the worst most of the time. Yeah, I think I just play straight Pult with hammers. Speaking of which, we're going first. Let's do this first. We'll take that. Oh, we top deck the Kang. That's huge. That means we don't need to Ultra Ball for it. That's amazing. We could do something pretty nasty here, right? We can go Ultra Ball these two away to attach to Wellspring. This only works if End's Plan's in the deck. End's Plan is in the deck. We have 2 Ogerpon prized. That's fine. Yeah, we can attach to Wellspring. And then basically next turn we get to see 3, even under item lock, we get to see 3 cards, and if any of them are energy, we can Meowth for End's Plan to Torrential Pump. Otherwise, we can just like start, like we can like Sob Lock or something. So that's good. Yeah, so they're going Budgie. And then like we have backup Lily anyway, even if we don't get the stuff, we have backup Lily. Oh, they Watchtowered. No Watchtower for you. We did hit the Prism, which means we do get to do the End's Plan if we want to. Which is kind of gross. I like sniping on 2. Feels like a good turn. Now we've got a grass to start drawing again, which is good. It just feels like it's not backbreaking. It's not going to win us the game because they've still got a Dracloak out. But it just feels like it just feels like it's going to help in terms of trying to get us to take 6 prizes, because we're going to be able to hopefully take 2 on a Dragapult with Clefairy. They'll probably pop a Dusk for 1, and then we just need to take 1 prize, which we're going to do on this Budgie eventually. Probably not next turn, but the turn after. I think probably I'm just going to attach Active and Lily next turn, I suspect, and just sob the Budgie. He still needs energy, unless he plays Lati. Red card going is good. Does play Lati. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So we could sob the Budgie, or we could just attach to Teal Mask. Hello all, what are we playing? Slotbox. We're playing the Champions League winning list from Japan Champion. Sorry, not the Champions League. The Japan Championship winning list, because it's technically already playable because we already have all the cards for it. So you can play it right now, which is good. It's pretty cool. I want to attach this energy. I'm just not sure where. I might go here actually to keep the Wellspring option open. Do I want to put this other Ogerpon down? I think so. Then we just Lily and then run errand. It's not bad. Do I actually want to attach this energy? I don't necessarily need more cards, and I think I want to keep a grass around to be able to attach plus Prism to respond on something next turn. Like if he just budgies again next turn, I'm fine taking the 1, I think, with a Teal Mask, knowing that we have Clefairy to KO later on. So I actually think I'm going to hold the grass energy, because we have no other draw. I think I'm going to hold the grass energy and just pass. What do you think of the Mega Greninja X deck? I think Greninja's got a huge amount of potential. Yeah, I think it's got a huge amount of potential, but I don't know that it's good enough in a world with Dragapult. Like, I think Dragapult just does a lot of what it wants to do better. So I don't think it's good enough with Dragapult, with Dragapult in the meta. But there is some pretty good water synergy in general, and I'm pretty sure next year when we don't have Dragapult anymore, Greninja is going to be very, very good. Looks like just another turn of item lock, which is completely fine by me, because I think it just means I'm taking the one prize with Ogerpon and stopping him from being able to dusk. Oh, now we can gust KO something. Ooh. Now I think we gust KO the Dracloak, right? Gust KO Dracloak. If he item locks, we're fine. We just KO again. If he KOs with Dragapult, we're fine. Well, we're not fine. We should probably put the Fez down in that case. So we have as much draw as possible to draw into Lily plus E-Switch. If we get our Stadium bounce, we're losing Meowth plus 1 Ogerpon. That's fine. We lose Terra Ninja when we lose Pult though, so it's only good at import rotation. It's probably never good. That is true. Terra Pult is very... Terra Ninja is very good. A very good part of the deck. But I do think the card is so... Like, the card is really, really good itself. And we have that Nugra Ninja as well from the Celebration set. That does 30 times the number of damage counters on something. That's okay. That's not terrible. So, I think Mega Greninja can still exist without Terra Ninja. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as good as it could have been with Terra Ninja if Pult didn't exist. But that's a whole lot of ifs, buts, and maybes, right? I still think, regardless, that the deck could be good, in my opinion. But I do agree, it's definitely like worse without Terra Ninja. There goes. There's the Watchtower as we expected. Where's my hand gone? So I'm probably also losing my hand. That's fine. Oh, I didn't press done. That's why it didn't work. 20, 40, 60... No, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. 210, 240. 270, 280, 300. No, 270, 300. So we'll struggle to get a KO with Teal Mask, but it is possible. I think we've got 2 prisms left, right? Spreading the love. We've got Teal Mask as like a backup, just hit and hope attacker now as well, which is good. I think I do this just to thin. How many do we have? Yeah, we have both prisms left. We have an unfair stamp, and we're seeing nine cards. So there's a world where we can do it. Feels doable. We can even get a grass out with the Night Stretcher, right? Oh no, we can't. We've not discarded a grass. Okay. We could also have Fez to try and find... Oh, no, we couldn't. I was going to say we could have Fez to try and find Cypher first, but that wouldn't have worked. Oh, we hit under depths. That's also really good. How else can we thin? We can thin an extra card with Lily, then we can draw one with Ultra Ball, then we can draw one with... So we're seeing another 6 cards here. I think I want to thin this now. I'll just take this for now. Okay. Another boatload of cards. We can Night Stretcher for a Teal Mask for another draw as well. Which I think we do. So many grass energy. Does E-Switch get us there? I don't think it does, right? We've got 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, 300. So we've only got 300. Which is a shame. So instead, we can just poke with the other one and do 180. We're actually super in danger of just straight up losing, right? Because we put the Clefairy down, which was definitely correct, but... we just unfortunately missed the KO. We lose to Boss plus Dust Noir. So it's not difficult for them to get the KO here. There's the Meowth for Boss. Yeah, that was unlucky. That was unlucky. I think that was unlucky. There was, again, I do believe in luck in this game, but obviously you can still like maximize and minimize your odds and stuff like that. I feel like I got pretty unlucky there, but I'm interested to go back and look at where I could have refined that a little bit better. Potentially we didn't, like, there might have been a way where we didn't have to use the Prism on the Terror on the Teal Mask. How many outs were there in the deck? There was only 2 outs, but there was also an unfair stamp for us to like shuffle and draw again. So there was 2 outs plus 1 extra draw. And we saw... And there was like, it was like a 22 card deck, I think. And we saw Lily for 6, Fez for 9, Teal Mask for 10, 11. So we saw 13. So we saw about 50% of the deck. And we missed all 3. So I'm not sure. Could have just drawn 1 less Teal Mask in the previous turn and manually attached grass rather than Prism. Yeah, okay. That was what I was unsure of. Whether there was a turn, whether there was a way where we could have done the previous turn without using without using Prism to have the Prism for the following turn. Yeah, okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. Didn't have to draw that extra 1. I also used my ends plan super early, which I don't feel like was that incorrect, but obviously it meant that ends plan like would have also been an outright. Plus that would have opened up Meowth outs. But we didn't. Meowth wasn't an out actually because we were watchtowered at the time, so it wouldn't have helped there because we only drew the Area 0 off the Lily. Okay, but yeah, so that's how we could have saved that Prism energy. That's fine. Crispin was also an option. Crispin, there's no Crispin in this deck. This is the Japan Championships list, which is just 4 Prisms and 11 Grass Energy. Dark Decks, how you doing? Drops? Wait, have we got drops? Have we got drops? I did not realise we had drops. Where can I see whether we've got drops or not? Oh, I'm not a content creator at all. Where do I see drops? Chaos Rising Elite Train? Whoa, we've got drops. Oh, it's automatically tagged the stream with drops enabled. I didn't tag the stream with that. That's cool. I want to know more. How do I find out more? How do I find out how I get my drops? Or like how I promote the drops? Each trainer box. I'm really liking Blitzel's Clefairy box right now. That was what Emma played, right? To a top 8 finish? Can't earn it as a stream, you need to watch another person. Yeah. I want to be able to promote them though. I can put drops enabled in the title, right? Yo! I can put drops in the title. Yes, that is the list. I need to have a look at that list. I haven't seen it. I just remember... Well, I've seen it, but I haven't looked at it. I saw her tweet it, that she was going to be playing it, but I didn't look at it too much. But yeah, that's how I knew that she was playing it, and I remembered seeing that she got top 8. But I don't know what's actually in the list. Yeah, we'll put the patch down, why not? We need a lot here, but it's fine. I'll take a look at the list in a sec. Oh, actually we have it with E-Switch, right? We just get the KO. Do we want to take the KO? I think we want to take the KO. We have boss for next turn to boss up a Drakloak. And KO. Yeah, feels good. Feels like it's a good good shout. We're already punished by like Candy Pult here. Candy Pult energy. So what do I do? What do I do as a streamer? Oh, this is something else we're punished by. Whoops. Very good. Very good. Oh. Oh no. Someone clip that. We're only punished by Candy Dragapult here. Not true. That was a lie. GG's go next. We can weasel our way out of this. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll at least see our top deck. You've got to see the top deck. Right. Petch. Candy Pot wasn't even that big of a punish. Yeah, that's a great top deck. I think I want to get rid of... I'm scared of getting rid of the Teal Mask just because if he boss KOs us, it's sad. It's probably boss. If he boss KOs us, it's super sad. So I think I need to keep this other Teal Mask around. I think it's got to be this. It also could have been Meowth instead of the Area 0 purely because we're going to need to high roll a hand probably anyway, so... I want as much energy on the board because there's a world I can do some sniping stuff, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this deck just bad Bolt? Possibly. There's a real possibility. For NAIC, is it better impact to include Psyduck or Shaman? What deck are you playing? It completely depends on the deck. I think probably Shaman. Greninja. For Greninja, I actually retract my answer and I'd say Psyduck. I think. You play Shaman with Ninja? I think I'd play Psyduck. It depends what, like, are you playing straight Ninja or are you playing like Pult Ninja or something? A lot of the Ninja builds have awkward bench space, so both of them are kind of weird. I think Shaman is really good right now, but well, actually both of them are kind of caught in the crossfire of getting boss trapped, like not boss trapped, thingy trapped. What's it called? Like retreat lock trapped. They both kind of suffer that fate. Now I wish I had a... Oh wait, no, End's Plan wouldn't be helping here. Area 0 helps. Not on areas, sorry. There's so many thoughts going on in my head right now. Now, what I was going to say was now I wish I had an Area 0 so I could bench the Meowth to be able to get End's Plan for Clefairy, but then I wouldn't be able to boss, so it wouldn't help. Then I top deck the Area 0, and yeah, there's a lot going on there. This to me seems like an End's Plan Wellspring turn. I think it's just an End's Plan. I need to remember we have Cypher. We could even sob here. I don't hate sob. I do kind of hate sob. No, I don't hate sob. I'm going to sob for a turn. Psychic can be switching with Beach, that's true. Doesn't matter which variant. Psychic isn't enough to beat Pulp Noir, but Shaman isn't enough to beat Slow King. Yeah. I can see it. I can dig for boss and KO Gogopon now with Moltres. End plan for Sob is never correct. Choose one next time. I guess I could have attached the energy manually, question mark, and then... Yeah, maybe I did just mess this up all up. I'm not like I'll be open. These are not the types of decks I usually play, so I'm gonna make a lot of mistakes with a lot of these decks, but I want to be learning them. I need to be learning them, so I don't mind making the mistakes as long as I'm learning from them. We really want Stamp here. Slow King and Alakazam will make an impact during NAIC. I think so. I don't think they're gonna be like crazy good, but I think they're gonna be pretty good. So we're pretty cooked, right? We just lose to boss. It's fine. Oh wait, no, we just lose. We don't just lose if we KO the monkey. Tempo deck, just try and roll 2 prizes every turn it's possible, especially versus Pulp. Sob is an I'm bricking and need time option in the deck. Still would have been rough though, right? If I'd taken 2, because I was on odd prizes. How did I take the odd prize? I KO'd with the teal mask and then got punished because they had Moltres. Okay, so I need to keep that in mind. Sometimes teal mask isn't good as your first attacker. That's good. See, this is good learning. This is good learning. I think we're gonna go first deck. Do you have Budgie in the list? No. I'll show the list after this game. This is a hand. Oh, I hate getting rid of E-Switch. Ugh, gross. If you want to see it in the meantime, it's the first place Japan list from this weekend. It's impressed me how quick this deck does get energy on the board, though, which is good. So it looks like they are worried about Budger in this list, which is interesting. I think I'd rather Lily. No, it's probably fine for me to attach this because we can move it off with End's plan. Okay, we got at least a grass energy. That's good. We can do a little bit. This hand has potential. Hand definitely has potential. So what's our map generally? Assuming they do take one with Dusk. It's 1 into 2 plus Dusk. So one of the twos is always going to be a Dragapult. So it probably is like a teal, like a Wellspring angle, right? Wellspring into Clefairy. Find a one prizer somewhere along the way and stop them from being able to Dusk. This is a sob timing. Yeah. Sob to just get more energy onto the board to then be able to ends plan and do stuff next turn. There is a sob. Now if I draw Grass Energy and Lati here, I'm in business. But feels kind of unlikely, so I think I just want to Lily here and take the much more likely 10-card draw rather than the not so likely 2-card perfect draw. Do get another 2 cards off of this as well, which is good. Oh, that's sad. So our attention shifts from taking 2 prizes or trapping this turn to just trying to overwhelm with Lily's Clefairy. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. Doesn't have fire energy, it's fine. Hey Jack, not sure how much pulp gaming you've done, but do you feel like Gigas and Hydropple would actually swing the matchup for apples? So I've played a lot with Pulp. I haven't played into Hydrapple all that much. I've had like middling success against Hydrapple. I feel like my win con as Pulp as Hydrapple most of the time is Unfair Stamp. So Unfair Stamp plus targeting Meganium a lot of the time. Like Boss Meganium Stamp KO, I feel like is a lot of the time the win con for Pulp to like get enough turns back to win the game. So I don't know that Gigas helps there. This is just another Lily turn, right? This is another Lily turn to try and find Lati or Prism to move this energy, to move this this 10 off. So yeah, I don't know that Reggie helps what I think the deck has issues with in terms of the Pulp matchup. But that being said, it's not a stage 2 compared to having to set up a Hydrapple. So that's pretty good. This is just all sorts of sad, right? We have pulled a boss out, which is good. So I'm definitely going to retreat and try and still draw the Prism, which I did. Do I want to attach this Prism? If I attach the Prism, it forces him to Crispin to be able to use the monkey to get the damage onto the Teal Mask to KO it to target my energy, which is good. But it is one less Prism for setting up a Lily, and we've already seen this game how that goes. It usually goes badly. But we do have ends planned this time, right? This can be used on non-basic energy as well. It can indeed. Okay, I think there's enough justification for me using using Adrenobrain here. And I think I put it here. In case he does start attacking next turn to be able to... Oh, I guess I didn't need to put it here. But I don't think it's much better anywhere else. Would Aryan Hydrapple be crazy to a crazy include to remove unfair stamp? The problem with Hydrapple is you have like a little bit of draw, but I feel like everything around that deck just has to be like pushed into making sure you set up. The deck just falls over without having multiple stage 2s outright, so machinations. Well, these can go. One of these can go. One of these can go. Keeping the Ultra Ball. Actually, keeping the Ultra Ball is fine. We can get rid of these two. It's kind of sad. Because if we get Watchtowered, we're super sad. But I don't want to get rid of 2 boss. And I need Ends Plan plus Ultra Ball to be able to KO a Dragapult if he throws a Dragapult in my face. Jurassic's kind of crazy. Especially in a Dragadusk build. I feel like Dragadusk is the Dragapult that has the least space to be able to play techs. Your tech is a Dusk line. What just happened? He's targeting the monkey. Okay. Okay. Hmm. I didn't realize Fez was prized. I think we do this and then just blip. And we hold the E switch. 1, 2, oh. No. Yeah, it seems pretty cooked now, which is a shame. I've lost every game with this deck so far. I think I'm learning with it, but again, it's just like, this just isn't my type of deck. So not as in like an excuse, but it's not the type of deck I would play a lot. So I don't feel like I have a lot of experience with them to know like general lines of stuff. That's why I wanted to play some more of it though. Or some of it. Play some of it. I was going to ask super nicely if you're having any fun. It seems every time I see somebody play this deck, it feels like such a slog. This feels like one of those decks that you can... Do you know it has a learning curve? Yeah, I feel like it's got a pretty high ceiling, high skill ceiling. Well, like a relatively high skill ceiling, but quite a high skill floor to start seeing results with, if that makes sense. Maybe that's cope. Maybe I'm coping. We didn't insta-lose. I don't know how we win, though. Not with a hand like that. Yeah, this is tough. Is it too late to ask what NAIC is? Not at all, Dark Dax. So NAIC is the North American International Championships. It's the biggest tournament in the world, like in the West. It's like the pinnacle of the Western season. It's bigger than Worlds, but that's because it's like Worlds is like invite only. So NAIC is like there's 3 international championships a year, and NAIC is the biggest one. It's usually like how many people was it last year? I was just about to quote a number and then potentially just completely lie. Last year there were... Let's have a look. NAIC 2025 had 3,812 players. That's less than I thought. I thought it had like over 4K. Interested to see how many people are signed up this year. So Schnips, you know anyone? Well, I know you know people that's going. I've seen a post from someone that you know that is going. Do you know anyone that's, or has anyone mentioned to you how many people are regged? Appreciate your dedication to fact checking. Yeah. Arcanine's currently showing 4788 across all age divisions. So again, it's probably like around that 4K mark for, or just under 4K for Masters. At least one guy from Poland, that's all I can give you. I've seen one guy from Norway post that he's landed in New Orleans today. That guy's going to get top 8, trust. We know he's good for it. We know he's good for it. I want to get as many of these down as possible, right? Lati is also good. Do I want to Ultra Ball here for like a Kang or something? So we have Fez, we have double Clefairy. We don't have Wellspring. Okay. Does Azul not have his invite this year? I think I want to do this. This seems like probably an overextension, but I want to do this to be able to just KO Budgie, potentially. I did not realize Mr. GG didn't have his invite. Oh, are we against Alakazam? No. No, we are not. The bees! As I was too busy streaming and not going to regionals. Yeah, I do know he's been obviously doing a lot of that. And fair play to him. Do I care that much about Lilying for 6? Because I'm thinking about bossing a Dunsparce here. What on earth is going to be my prize map here? Because these bees are going to be massive. And I don't really have a good answer for the bees. I should probably save the boss for targeting down other bee types, right? Do you have Moltres? No. Oh, I was meant to show the list after this game. My bad, my bad. I'll show it after this game. Promise. Trust. I know he's going to have lots of forests, but I want to... No, I don't think I do want to play under depths. Psychic Stop is what you're going to ask about, and here you are playing it. You're running clutch. So this is, like I say, this is the Japan Championships winning list. So it's playing just all of the psychic stuff. All of the grass energy, and then just a load of attackers and like energy switches and ends plan and stuff like that. Had trouble versus the Vs with swap decks, HP too high. Yeah, I can see that being an issue. I can see this being a tough one. Have you played in Worlds before or played high or won any major tournaments? I've played in Worlds 3 times. I played in 2019, 2022, and 2023. I've not won any majors, but I came top 4 at a special like 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago. And I've top 8'd a couple of regionals as well. But they were pre-COVID. I haven't had a crazy good result in like 3 years. But also I've been playing a lot less, so I've given myself a lot less opportunities to. That's a Relor. Haha! Relor! Hello. Hello, Relor. We've prized Wellspring, right? Did I say we'd prized Wellspring? I'm pretty sure I said we'd prized Wellspring. I will remind myself, but I'm pretty sure I said we'd prized Wellspring. Yes, we have. Just take Monkey for now. That's such wholesome enthusiasm. Relor, look at him. He's one of my favorite Gen 9 Pokemon. He's brilliant. Didn't know I had multiple top 8s. Yeah, like I say, they were pre-COVID, so they do count. Don't get me wrong, they do definitely count. But things were very different back then. Things were very different back then. I might keep the monkey around, actually. I think I'm going to get rid of... I'm probably going to get rid of Ends. Oh. So I'm taking my second here. I need to drop 30 damage onto something later to then be able to potentially KO it with Kang. For another 2 prizes. Then I'm going to have to hit... So it probably is going to be a Wellspring angle. I need like all of these cards. I want to boss this turn. That's what I'm doing all of this because I want to boss this turn. I got distracted about what I was actually doing with this game. And this game in this turn with this turn, and this turn I'm bossing. I want to put this down. Things might have been different, but for my own sake, it for sure still counts. So yeah, I top 8'd Sheffield Regionals in 2017 with Mega Guardi EX Shaman. The Despair Ray discard one. I top 8'd Bristol Regionals in 2019 with Zapdos Ultra Beasts. Yo! This Rabska's attacking me. This Rabska's going in. And then I top Ford Milan Special in 2022. Or was it 2023? No, it was 2022. In 2022 with Fusion Mew. They're my 3 crowning glories. I won a regional back in the day, before like the cash era, which was like a 60-person regional. I won a regional with Landy Bats in 2015. That's over 10 years ago. That makes me feel sick. Was that a boss? It looked like a boss. It was a boss. I want to be competitive as much as the next dude, but it's also a silly, goofy game. You lost to Tord in top 4. I did indeed. I lost to Tord in top 4, and then Tamao lost to to Tord in the final. He cleared both of us out. He slapped me in that top 4 game. I drew pretty badly, but it was already like a good matchup for him. And yeah, it didn't go well for me. He was playing Urshium Moltres and I was playing Fusion Mew, and didn't end well. That matchup was definitely winnable, I think. But you had to draw like super hot. When the player knew what they were doing, which obviously Tord did, you had to draw super hot, I think, to be able to win that matchup. Oh, this is kind of bad. We lost our hand. Urshi Dark was a cool deck. It was. That first year back, after COVID, was so good. There were so many cool decks. Robin winning with Urshi in Liverpool was sick. That whole tournament was great because, yeah, I think I got like top 64, but Tamal got top 32 and we played the same deck, which was cool. Joe got top 8 with Rapid Melee, and Urshi won after it essentially being an unknown deck because we didn't have tournaments, right? So we only had online tournaments, so it just wasn't known in any capacity. So yeah, Urshi doing well was really good. Really cool to see. The last regional was 22 years ago. I'm getting back into it. It's fun so far. Lots has changed. Yeah, I imagine lots has changed. Does he have all 3 Bs? He doesn't have all 3 Bs. Okay, that's good. Not having all 3 Bs means we can still potentially take 1 prize here with the Ogre-Pon, and then we just have to get through 1 B drill. We needed to shuffle the deck to find either Stretcher or End's Plan or Unfair Stamp. Or what do you call it? E-switch. Does that do it for us? Gets us Fez. I probably also do boss here, don't I? We're gonna get KO'd back. If we go all in on one Ogre-Pon, we probably just lose. But we're never... How much is he gonna have? He's gonna have 210, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. We've used 2 E-Switch. We've used 3 E-Switch. Is this going to be our 4th E-Switch? This might be our 4th E-Switch. We probably just have to accept that we lose to boss. And move it off of here. $20, 40, 60, 80. No, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Cypher's potentially good. Probably not. We just lose to boss straight up here though, right? Please tell me you have Blood Moon in the deck. Of course not. The only thing I will say about this list is, yes, we have all of the cards, but obviously this was being played in the pitch black meta. So their like decks might be different, which means maybe some of the different whoa. That's really good for us. It's not really good for us, but it's not game losing for us. Ooh, that is though. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. Yeah. I haven't played Unfair Stamp once in this deck. Where are my stamps? Okay, let's look at the list. We're not going to change the list because this is the list that won. But we'll look at the list. And then maybe we'll play some Hops Trevenant. Though I don't want to play that deck either. I don't want to play Hops Trevenant either. View deck. Right, let me hide my video. It won a regional. It won a regional, it's good. Yeah. Let me get the list up while you guys are looking at this list. I've been so locked in on pitch black stuff, I haven't actually looked. Limitless. Could play the top 8 list from Turin. Yeah, I'll open that up as well. We'll build both of those. Man, this is a pile. Feel bad for calling Slotbox slot now. The ends plan is sending me. Yeah, I need to play some more with this deck. But we'll try something new. What do people want to see, John? Do we want to see the top 8 list, the Lily's Clefairy slop box list? Or do we want to see some Hops Trev? I'm just looking at the Hops Trev list now. You can't see me shaking my head at the moment. But I'm shaking my head at the moment. Hop, hype, high vote, hop. I'm only interested in regional winning lists. Oh, you're going to make me play hop, aren't you? Oh, da, 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 da. Yep, don't even own all of these cards. It'll win NAIC trust. This isn't winning NAIC, my friend. I don't like the EU is free mindset. But I think we've done really, really poorly for ourselves to not try and push against that mentality. I think we've not done well. We've not done well. Hops Trev. The biggest thing about this deck, I don't even think I don't even think the deck's that bad. I think the biggest thing about this deck is this shows that Telepathic Psychic is a really good card. You're right, it's Australia. Isn't the field so good that beating Dragger is just fine? Is just good enough? Potentially. I'm not convinced how much this beats Dragger. That's from nothing other than I haven't played a single game with it, so I don't know what the Dragger matchup's like. I didn't watch the stream this weekend because I was doing some Pitch Black stuff. You were discussing whether it was the worst deck that ever won a major. Nah, there's got to be worse than this. This is like passable, I think. This is a real deck, right? Even though it's not a real deck, it's a real deck. There's got to have been worse. Some powers for 2010. I guess this, there's... Oh, I want to go and look now. Where's my Limitless tab? I need to go find my Limitless tab. Okay, let's get Limitless open on the side over here. And let's go to tournaments. Oh, you can't see... Can only see players that have won. Decks. Are we gonna go first or go second deck? Okay, so I've filtered Limitless, and I now have all of the decks that have ever won a major in the modern era. I mean, this does do a lot of damage. This does do a lot of damage. So I've got all of the decks that have won a major in the modern era, and there are a total of 75, 76, 77, 78, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. There are a total of 194 different decks that have won a major in the modern era. And Hops Trevenant is somewhere on this list. There it is. There it is. So, realistically, we have to be looking at, I guess, another B drill. Realistically, we're probably looking at a regional that's only ever won one major, right? Because if it's the worst ever deck to win a major, it can't be a deck that's won multiple majors, because that means it's not terrible, right? How do we ever draw cards with this? Like, how do I find my telepathic psychics? Is it just vibes based? Vibes based finding telepathic psychic? That's crazy. So much slander. I'm not necessarily saying this deck is bad, but I'm just saying, like, a deck with more than one win can't be good, right? It can't be considered bad, right? Everything is vibes based now. You're still here, Dark Dax. I saw you say thanks for the drop earlier on. I didn't realize that you'd already got it. I still need to put drops live, or drops enabled, or drops in the title or something. Am I just taking the KO here? I can just take the KO with Splashing Dodge, right? That's pretty cool. Nico advocated for Thorns. I think Thorns is a good shout. But I think has Thorns won multiple tournaments? Because if Thorns has won multiple tournaments, by definition, it might... Yeah, Thorns has won multiple tournaments. I feel bad saying these decks are bad. Like, these players aren't bad. We know these players aren't bad, right? We're all in agreement that these players aren't bad. Thorns has won 2 tournaments, so I think it's by definition not allowed. Survivor Spread. What's Survivor Spread? I don't remember that. Lille 2018-19. Oh, it was Carl Peters. Carl Peters played this. See, now we're definitely... Like, Carl Peters isn't a bad player. He's a very good player. So we can all agree that we're not calling players bad here. We're calling the decks that are being played potentially fraudulent. Yo, we're potentially going to be doing some big damage here. How many stretcher did we play? We played 3. If a bad player wins a bad deck, something wrong somewhere. So yeah, the players are good. Yeah. For sure. I'm just going for more extra helpings, right? We're doing 130, 160, 190. That's not bad. Horrifying revenge. We took the first prize, so we might just win. Though I have gone through 2 stretchers, which is going to quickly prove to be an issue. And Jose from this weekend seems like it was so wholesome watching him win, or watching like the interviews and stuff. He was just so happy. I was super pleased for him. And props to him for doing it with like something completely new as well. Props for that. We shouldn't get hand disrupted, I think. So I think I just do. It's never petrol, right? What have we got this ruffian in here for? Discard a Pokemon tool and a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Huh. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. This was wrong. This was foolish of me. This was foolish of me. But also maybe fine. I do need to do this now, though. I probably should have attacked with Cram this turn, rather than Trev. But it's fine. At least this Trev lives. There's a world where this Trev lives. DuckDax, are you able to update my stream title? Do you have mod powers to be able to do that? Can you put drops at the start? I don't know whether you've got the mod powers. Why did Pokemon start doing cash prizing? It used to be scholarship money. I guess because every other card game does it. I guess they were just following suit. I need to give you editor permissions. Okay, let me work out how to do that. How does one do this? Juniors and seniors can still choose scholarship? Yeah, I think so. Drops. Drops on. Okay, so I've updated that. Oh, we won! We've played about an hour and a half of the winning Japan Championships list and didn't win a game. First game we played with Hops Trevin, and that's a win. Mod management. No, I don't want to watch your streams. Another big vibes-based win. Huge. I don't know how to give you editor permissions, Dark Dax. That's fine, I can just will it into existence. I guess you can corner with this deck relatively consistently. That's good. Because you can attach choice belt. We've prized our Clefairy. That's marginally frustrating, but not the end of the world. I think I just want to take the Snorlax. Bench this, bench this, bench this. Go for this. Wonderful news. Only really punished by boss here. I probably shouldn't have put this Hop Snorlax down this turn. I should have held it. Because now we're punished by boss. See, look, lots of learning. We're doing lots of learning today. Trust in the vibes. We believe in the vibes. They boss you immediately find Balloon. Unfortunately, it doesn't help, right? Because Snorlax is chunky. He's got 4 retreat. No item lock is great here. We actually get the KO with corner because we drew secret box, which is great. We probably don't need all of these, but we're getting another supporter. But this lets me get a boss. And this lets me get Wooloo. Wooloo. I should hops bag for the Wooloo. I can't hops bag for the Wooloo. Okay, I'll poke a pad for the Wooloo. I don't need to put Postwick down, do I? But what am I bothered about bumping? Nothing. I'd rather have better cards in my deck for when I get stamped. Chat, hello. Number one question is standard fun right now. It's a great question. Depends how much you like Dragapult, I guess. I think standard's okay. I will be pleased when we have Pitch Black, because I do think that will change things up more, but I think it's fine right now. PJ, how you doing? Welcome in here. Straight Obstagoon won Puerto Rico in 2020. I've just sent you a link, Schnips, to the filter I was using to pull out all of the decks that have won this one in the modern era. Pray not to see standard. Pray not to see Trevenant this weekend. Going to put it at 1% or less. I think it's probably 1% or less. Maybe 2%. 2% or less. It won't make the graphic, I don't think. That's kind of my metric. Does it make the graphic or not? Headed to the airport for NAIC. What's the play? The play is Dragapult, unfortunately. My favourite build is Dunce, but I don't think it's safe to play because there's going to be so much Watchtower, so I think I'd play straight Dragapult if I was playing. With 4 hammers, a Moltres, double Monkey, probably double Budgie. And then just the rest of the good cards. You also standard is fun. That transformation book is a blast. I haven't played transformation book in anything. What are you playing? What's it called? Transformation Tome. What are you playing Transformation Tome in? Use similar filters but added Masters and Regional SPs IC Worlds Champions League. Rabscapult. I've seen a little bit of talk about Rabscapult. I know Henry played it to a top 32 in Indy, right? I do think Rabsca's kind of legit. I haven't played with it, so I can't like say yes for sure. But I've talked to Joe a little bit about a Rabsca, and I do think it's quite cool. I think releasing no good decks to prevent 2 straight sets as a choice from Pokemon and 1 Dragapult was enjoyed. Yeah. I think the... do I want to get into the whole power level, power creep conversation? That's it for me. Have QB you can actually play. Best of luck, Nips. Best of luck. Zoro's easiest, but you put the deck in some. But you could put the card in some rogue lists. Monkey Dory and Frostlass as options. You can just play Splash, make it Absol. Interesting. I've kind of been counted a little bit here, right? This is somewhat impressive. I get to hassle because one of my Pokemon was knocked out. Didn't hit Balloon or Switch. I think I basically like taking this. And then we can, I think, Hopsbag for another Phantom. And this should make it pretty hard for him to take 3 Phantom prizes here. Monkey Frostlass has options, and you can splash Mega Ramps on it into its orange Monkey Dark. That's fair. Things with Prism Energy are also good, yeah. Imagine you're booking your Mega Kang into a 1 prize and your board is just 1 prizes. There's definitely some cool stuff you can do with Transformation Tome. Interested to see if anyone plays it this weekend. I think Zoro is like where everybody naturally gravitated towards, right? Of being the obvious choice. Yeah, he's doing the clever thing of not taking prizes. Doing the clever stuff. Very clever. Very, very clever. NAIC question: if Zam is like 5 to 6%, what percentage do you think it will be good players, like players shooting for top ones rating out higher? I don't think. No, Zam probably will be. That feels like a fair assessment for Zam. I don't think a huge amount of good players will be playing Zam. I think a lot of the good players are just going to be playing Pult, personally. Pult or Slop of some variety. Would you say since everyone is defaulting to Dragapult that we'll be close to 40% meta share? No, I think we'll be 30 still. Hold that thought, PJ. Hold that thought. Let me look at what the share was in Turin. Turin statistics. Day one percentage. In fact, it's going to be easy if I do this. Day one percentage was 30% Dragapult. Day two percentage was 40. I don't think we'll be at 40% meta. I could see us getting to 35. I'm surprised Ogerpon was that high. Tealmask Meganium was that high. Or is that including Hydrapple? I guess that's including Hydrapple actually, isn't it? So it makes more sense. Pult's highest percentage, I think, was 35 in perfect order. Let's have a look. I want to do this first. See, like, Limitless actually says, oh no, that's win rate. Ignore me. Ogerpon Meganium has to be the Hydrapple list as well, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so Ogerpon Meganium also contains Hydrapple. Yeah, I think 35 is probably day one meta share for Pult combined. 35 feels fair. I think it will be Pult, Meganium, Alakazam, Raging Bolt, Basic Box. I think there's a world where it's Slowking, you know? I think there's a world where it's Slowking makes the phase 1 top 6 graphic. I think Brennan might have done wonders for that deck. In terms of its popularity. Poker McGee is rating with a party of 10. Thanks so much. Welcome in here. Hope you had a good stream. What were you up to? Hope you had a good stream. Welcome in, everybody. Raid, raid, raid. All good here. Was hosting your Limitless tournament tonight. Oh, cool. Cool. How did it go? What ended up winning? In fact, should we have a look? We can have a look. I'll see if I can find it. PokeMcGee Weekly, there it is. Hydrapple won. Well, Hydrapple went 6-0. Pretty standard list by the looks of it. Sort of Briar in there. Palavin made top 8, came 6th. Wow. Good old bit of Palavin. Nice. So we can win this turn. And hardly any pulled, which we love, which is always a good evening. Fair. It's gonna be tough. I think we've only got 2 outs to this. Oh no, we've got a couple of additional outs with the telepathic energy. We did hit one of the outs, which is great. Let's go. When am I setting off to NAIC? I'm not actually going to NAIC, but Joe is, so I'm doing like the last NAIC stream vicariously through him because he's out there at the moment. Yeah, him and Emily flew out today. Probably still flying actually, but yeah, so not attending unfortunately, but here doing a bit of a Q&A in case people have last minute questions. Emily is casting, Joe is playing. Yeah, that was announced today. Emily is on the casting desk and Joe's going to be playing some cards. I think he's pretty set on some pult of some kind. He wanted to play Slowking and then Brennan did really well with it. And now he feels like he can't. You saw the top ranking Conch going to ran 2 Punk Helmet. You think those cards could be better used elsewhere? What does Punk Helmet do? It does... I guess it makes your Pult math a little bit nicer. You need 1 less supporter. But I'm pretty sure those cards are probably better used elsewhere. Talking to Amy on Monday, she's heading over to cast 2. Yeah, she is indeed. Good casting desk this weekend. I'm looking forward to watching actually. I don't usually watch too many of the tournaments live because obviously like they're like shifted because I'm UK, they're shifted in. So I watch a lot of the EU tournaments, but I don't watch a lot of American tournaments just because they're like outside of my usual life schedule. But yeah, obviously NAIC definitely going to be watching this one. So yeah, looking forward to it. Helmet beats Budgie. Very valid point. Very good point. I'm not very well versed in Honchcrow at all, so yeah, definitely a very valid point there. I'm saying I'm not well versed in a lot of decks. I feel like all I've played in this format is Lopunny and various different builds of Dragapult, other than on streams. We played some Slowking and some Metagross a couple of weeks ago, which was good. Played some Greninja as well. But of like good decks, well, Slowking's now a good deck. But of the good decks, I've actually only played Dragapult recently, I feel like, and Lopunny. It was all perfect order meta as well, actually, because I was playing Cupped in perfect order meta. So yeah, arguably I still haven't really played much in this format other than Slowking, Metagross, Greninja, and then Dragapult. Drawing double hop is so sad. Double Phantom, sorry. I'm going to leave the Clefairy in the deck for now. I probably should have also attached to the bench one. That was my bad. Splashing dodge. And that's a heads, and we're immune. I can see how this does well against Dragapult. Don't get me wrong. I know what his matchups were like. What were your matchups, sir? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 Dragapult. He went 4-1-1 against Dragapult. Beat a couple of other one prize decks. Mega Lucario's got to be hilariously easy for you. Beating Mega Lopunny seems impressive. Surely they just heal out of range. Just got off work. NAIC question. Could a tuned Archaladon be a good sleeper cape for spec? There's still a fair bit of one-shot around, which is spooky. I do think Cape is pretty good right now as an ace spec. I don't think people are really respecting tools again. I think only some of the slot boxes are playing Tool Scrapper. I think jamming's pretty good though, so jamming might be an issue for you. I think I just want to fill the board with Phantoms, right? And say, hey, I've got a load of Phantoms. They can all turn into Trevenants that can knock you out. Yeah, I think I can see there being some potential for something tanky. I don't know whether Archaladon is the right thing, though. It probably is the best we've got, though. But yeah, still a little bit concerned about how much... Still a little bit concerned about how much one-shot there is in certain decks. I guess Hydrapple needs a hell of a lot of energy to one-shot you. Thinking about it. Vivacious Flake, welcome in here. Lots of new people in here today. Welcome. Stick to Zam for the trip. Yeah, I think Zam is a little bit safer, I must admit, if that's what you're picking between. Good luck to your matches today and anyone in your squad travelling. Thank you. Best of luck at the tournament for you too. Make sure you tune in next weekend and let us know how it goes. We want to hear all about it. I think I'm just going to go for switch here. Oh, but we're just going to get... The same thing's just going to happen again, right? Do we just sit and hold? We might just... It might just be a hold the line angle. Hold the line. Hold the line. Until we can get something going. I think the plan is meant to be like board wipe, right? Fine holding back in Zom gives you more answers. A very reactionary deck trying to cut non-EX basics and stage sounds early. Hold the line is always good. Yeah, I feel like that's the plan. $90, $120, $150, $180. So if we find switch plus energy here, we get there. But I think I don't want to put the Clefairy down until we have it. So let's just do this. How much energy have we gone through? We've only gone through one. We can do this. We've got double for Meowth later on as well. I feel like we're doing okay. I think we can just react. Knows us. How does Hops Trev compare to the CRI Trev? I think this is definitely better because you have much more agency for damage mods. So I think this one is definitely better. So I think Alakazam's good. I do think Alakazam's quite good. I feel like quite good is where I would put Alakazam. That would be my approximation. So he's going down to 3 here. There's a lot we need to do here to not insta-lose to another Dragapult next turn. $130, $160, $190. Oh, we probably... Oh, no, we did need to do that. I don't think we can lose this turn now. Which hopefully means we can... I mean, we can still get stamped, which is scary, but... Unfair Stamp or Sparkling Crystal and Pult Hammers. I think Unfair Stamp, but I think there is a real argument for Sparkling Crystal right now. So I definitely respect Crystal. My biggest issue with Crystal is finding it. If there was a consistent way of finding it, I think Crystal is actually pretty interesting right now. There's argument for Neo Upper because you can find it with Hilda or something. But I think that's like the middle ground between Sparkling Crystal and Unfair Stamp. And I don't think it does either. Like, I think Crystal is better because you can still be hammered with the Neo Upper. But Neo Upper does help you still attack from a no energy board and boss. But yeah, I think Crystal is better, but it's just tough to find, and that's my worry. Like, I feel like you need to play the Dunce stuff if you're playing Crystal to have more draw, but then you don't get to play the hammers, so then I'm like, well, now I feel like I need to play other stuff because I'm not playing the hammers anymore, like Unfair Stamp. Gotta go. Thanks so much for tuning in, Dark Dax. Appreciate you supporting. Enjoy your drops. I'm sure you will. So we're getting Phantom Dove. Show me how to use them later. Will do. So we need a boss here. A Lily's Clefairy also works. I shouldn't have attached that energy because we could have drawn Telepathic, but we drew Lily's Clefairy anyway. That's 3-0 for this deck. This deck's cracked. I was wrong. YouTube thumbnail. Pogface. I was wrong. This usually means the deck's the game's broken. Reach Master Ball. I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. Anything good? Anything good? Crobat and Dragalge. Been sucking Pokemon to QL? Yeah. Yeah, me too. We started getting some pretty funky error messages, didn't we? Wonder if it's going to let me queue again. Or whether I'll need to restart the game. I might need to restart the game. Pretty sure you got IP banned for a while. It seems like it was just completely cooked this evening. Completely cooked. This might also be cooked. You can do it, PCG Live. You can do it. You can do it. I think it's struggling. I'm going to restart the game. It did say it was experiencing matchmaking issues today, so I'm surprised it's taken us this long to run into the game falling over. Okay, we're back. We can play again. Where are we? We're at 519, so we're like 3 wins away. Let's see if we can get there with Hops Trev. Let's see if we can get all the way there with Hops Trev. What do you think when you see a Patrat? Prize 2 Trevs? That's not good. So I think I'm probably over-benching Snorlax, because it keeps getting boss trapped. So I might need to be more cautious about when I'm benching Snorlax. It is Greninja. I do think I've only seen Patrat in Greninja decks so far. This seems like it could be a another tough matchup for us. We did beat the Beedrill, though. I think our music has stopped. Our music has indeed stopped. What do we want? I want some like... Oh, that's gonna be way too quick. It's gonna be way too jazzy. Zoro Ninja, eh? No energy. Oof. No energy cards. Okay. We'll just go classical. Nice little bit of classical music to end the evening. I've probably got like... I'll play 3 more games because we're gonna need 3 more wins to get there. So I'll play this game and 2 more games, but we won't necessarily get there. If we lose, we'll still play 2 games. That's not good. We're just going to get Wally spammed, aren't we? We're just going to get Wally spammed. This is going to be hard. We have no disruption, so this Neo Upper is staying exactly where it is. In his hand. This seems hard. This seems... If he has Wally this turn, this seems really hard. The gear. Didn't see a Wally. That's good. That's also not a Wally. Okay, hold on. Hold the line. Hold the line. This is not the type of music I expected when I clicked on the classical playlist. But I'm invested. This is going to be tough. Got through the queue, got hit with the maintenance screen. Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic right there. Pretty sure we're just done. But maybe not. We carried a Mega. That's pretty big. This is so jazzy. This is good music. Every time I use this music site that we use, I feel like I get a very, very different array of music from even clicking the same playlists. Like, I've definitely clicked this classical playlist before. It has not been like this. It has not been anywhere near as upbeat and exciting as this is. As our first loss with Hops Trev, Mega Greninja does seem pretty tough though. Able to take multiple prizes against you. Way, way bigger than you sometimes. Well, you do always get two. You should always get two shots. I guess you don't always get two shots. You should always get two shots, but it's actually not guaranteed, I guess. Excuse me. I'm very tired today. That might have also contributed to the terrible slot box gameplay earlier on. I'll hold my hands up. I did think it was the same guy again. Yeah. Back again with the Mega Greninja. Oh, every time I draw my telepathics, I draw my phantoms in my hand. Okay, at least I haven't prized the last one. I am going to play this because if it gets a Petrol, I can still get the KO next turn. Okay, got a Lily anyway. We've already got a Lily, but it's fine. I do find it funny that this deck also has just high roll grief moments with splashing dodge to sometimes just frustrate your opponent and stop them from being able to take a KO. It's quite funny. Lily into poker pad. I can't remember what they did early game. Did we see a Budju last game? I can't remember. I think Azul's been playing this deck, right? I think he was playing this deck yesterday, maybe? Or maybe he released a video about it yesterday. I think I saw... I definitely saw Greninja and Zoro somewhere. Let's get another Froakie. Collect. Draw a card. Wonderful. My go. Do I want to put this Snorlax down and save Secret Box for next turn? I think so. I think it's worth it. I don't know whether we have Switch in the deck, actually, so it might not be worth it, but... Have I had a search yet? I haven't had a search yet. Well, not a proper one. Tails? You hate to see it. Oh, Dawn's pretty nice here, I guess. Wow, that's a lot of draw. That's a Fez for 3, a Zoro for 2, and then potentially that gets him into Candy Greninja, which is kind of gross. No Candy Greninja, just going to be Jutsuing. 160, 190, 210. Capped at doing 210, so we can take out the Fairs. What are Hops Trev's worst matchups? I think a lot of the mega decks are pretty hard to deal with, and a lot of the 2 prize, I feel like anything... actually, some of the 2 price stuff is probably fine. I feel like a lot of the evolving decks that aren't... that aren't exactly... What do you call it? That aren't exactly Dragapult seem quite hard. I think Slowking, evidently, you probably beat. I think Dragapult seems pretty good. I'd be interested to see how it does against some of the basic box decks. Because you can definitely get to the point where you're one-shotting them with Horrifying Revenge, but you need a lot of mods. You need 3 mods, right? 130, 160, 190, 220. So you need all 3 mods to KO them. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just attached the choice band. I should have just attached the choice band. Yeah, that was silly. Playing into slot feels easy. Boss voodoo. Yeah, I guess if they put enough like 170ers down, it should be fine. That's true. And you can obviously get like at least 1, 2, 10 KO on like an Ogre Pawn or whatever, probably like a second, pretty easily. Oh, I felt like I played foolishly there. Should have forced the candy out of him. He probably had it. He had 100 cards in hand, but should have forced the candy. Whoa, didn't attack me. That's great news. Because that means I get to try and boss KO, right? But I probably can't. I'm not going to have the resources. Well, I don't. I just straight up can't. I don't have boss. So, yeah. I do think I do this. Need an energy, ideally. Missed energy. We do get pad for Wooloo, though, which is good. And we're still doing 120 with Horrifying Revenge. That's pretty gross. That's pretty gross. You've returned in victory. Well done. Good job. How does this deck rank up in the worst deck to win a major? I'm 4 and I think I'm 3-1 or 4-1 with it. So maybe I underrated it. It's just one of those where it's like it just looks so silly, right? As a regional winning deck. You run 1 ignition to be able to attack with like Wooloo or something. This is some pretty spooky music. Why is this music so spooky? I don't want spooky music. I clicked the classic playlist. I feel like none of these songs have been classic songs. Double has an attack? It does indeed. 3 for 80. Busted. So he's just biding his time. I'm pretty sure we're going to get Wallied, right? So I should... Should I start boss KOing things? I'm going to... I should have geared first, because if this finds boss, then... Oh, this is actually good. We can do this. Oh boy, that can two-shot at the Dene GX. That is broken. So I think all we need to do now is we just have to get through one. What's this guy called? Mega Greninja. Or we can go through Fez plus Froakie. Okay, he's got Candy Greninja, so we can't do that anymore. So we've got to get through one Mega Greninja, which I think is probably going to be quite hard. Okay, Horrifying Revenge is online. Not my double. Am I spending one of my 2 remaining boss on hitting this Mega Greninja? Oh, Horrifying Revenge isn't online because it's only damage. That's hilarious. In that case, I guess we're corner trapping this thing. He's obviously going to have loads of switching outs, but... we need to be doing more than we are. I'm not putting a 2-prizer now. So corner's doing 180. You're at 140. I think we just hit the... I think we just hit the active. I think we just need to... I think if we boss, we potentially lose to running out of boss too quickly. So I think we just hit the active and we just try and put as much damage on the board as possible over the next few turns. And hope that that gets us there. Like, if he has a regular switch here, we can still win with boss next turn. Whereas if he had a regular switch, we would need another boss. So... he didn't heal. We've got the perfect 2-card hand. If we didn't win this turn, I would love to Ruffian this man, because we play Ruffian in this deck. We could just Ruffian away the Neo Upper and he would be very sad. Horrifying Revenge. Busted. Right, we're playing one more game and then I am heading out to yeah, do some stuff for the rest of my evening. So we'll play one more Hops Trev game, This deck is fun. I'll hold my hands up. It's pretty fun. It's gonna feel horrible, but like we obviously did really well there because we drew well off of the red card. But this deck having no draw is going to be horrible. Don't get me wrong, but hasn't been an issue so far because we've high rolled off of the red card that was used against us. More slop for the slop mines. This is a pretty good hand. We have Hop's Bag and Telepathic. Is Hide and Seek real, or should I set up until Polt rotates? I think Hide and Seek's real. I don't think it's got as clear cut of a Polt matchup as I first thought, but I think it's pretty good. Coming second at Japan Championships, I think shows it's pretty good. It's definitely a real deck. In my opinion. I've played like 20 or so games with it. And my win rate into Polt is like 60%-ish, maybe. Do we have Switch? Switch is probably the most important card for if we're gonna use this use this Hops Bag, which I think we are. I think I want to keep the Stretcher around more than the 4th copy of Postwick. Is that the new Night March? Like, yeah, it's Night March that does other stuff as well, like spread and well, yeah, it's a single like. So the way I've built it at the moment, the way Joe's built it at the moment, and the list I've been testing is, actually, it was a combined list. It wasn't just Joe's list in the end. I'll take a little bit of credit. Is just trying to turbo the Delmires as quickly as possible. Trying to get it as consistent as possible to be just doing 170 every turn. But yeah, it has the upside of being able to have the spread stuff as well. And again, similar to Hops Trev, it's great against Pult because you're a 1-prize deck that you can put Clefairy down and hit for weakness, and all of your Hide and Sneakers can't be damaged by Pult's damage counters or Dusknoir's damage counters, so you actually are a 1-prize deck bar the Clefairy you put down, which is an issue, don't get me wrong. Pult was definitely winning the games where it could bully the Clefairies, basically, as you'd expect. But yeah. But yeah, it's impressed me. Honestly, it's impressed me. And also just way more interesting than Night March, right? Because it actually does more than just big number smack. It's got a little something else to it as well. The fact we can start cornering stuff is pretty good. You shall not pass, Kang. Yeah, I'm going to be working on the Pitch Black set review over this weekend whilst watching NAIC. Recorded all the audio. So yeah, going to be working on that this weekend, which is exciting. Another new set. Feels like sets are coming thick and fast at the moment, but that's how it be these days. Feels like we're in a pretty good spot here, right? We're going to be going 3 prizes ahead with a fully 1 prize board. And another Hops Trev set up on the bench. The only reason I'm attaching here as well as already having the choice band is because we will potentially want to corner stuff. Night March was before my time. I remember Lost March, which sucked, and Mad Party, which was playable. Night March has definitely been the best ever one. Yeah, Lost March was pretty bad. Mad Party, I never liked. I never vibed with it as much as I did Night March. Not that I don't remember playing Night March. I don't think I played Night March at any tournaments, actually. I was not a Night March gamer. But yeah, this is definitely way more interesting than the Night March, because like I say, it's not just deal a lot of damage. There's some nuance to the different types of attacks you can do and the different ways you can build the deck. Whereas old Night March was just put all the Night Marches in, put all the discard cards in, put all the turbo cards in, and just draw your whole deck and deal 200 damage turn 1. If you're lucky. That's the plan. Do we want to win this game by bossing twice, or do we want to just win this game by trying to go through this Kang twice? Probably just go through this Kang, right? And use Hassel and Petrol to just set up more Phantoms and Trevenants. How much are we doing? We're doing 190, so we could just KO this. But we don't need to. So let's just set up more Trevs. Corner to just win? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we do just win if we corner, right? Yeah. I should get a Postwick down. should do as much damage. I should do as much damage I should do as much damage as early as possible, right? I could do 220 here, but it's going to mean I need boss. I don't hate the corner shout. Stops him moving. These decks at most play one switch, but most of the time never play switch because they have double Lati, so this probably just locks us the game. If you'll pardon the pun. And there we are. That's another win. That's like 5-1 with this deck. That's hilarious. Five and 1 record. It might not be 5-1. It feels close though. Maybe it's 4-1. Cool. Right, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're playing in NAIC, best of luck. I hope you. Well, I wish you all the best. All the best. Yeah, going to be tuning in from home this year. But yeah, best of luck to everybody playing. Hopefully you all have a good time. And yeah, I'll be back next week with more than likely some NAIC winning decks. So yeah, I'll be here same time next Wednesday, 8 PM UK time, with either some NAIC decks or we'll just jump straight into Pitch Black. It will probably be NAIC decks for the next couple of weeks whilst we finish off our Pitch Black stuff. Then I'm going to have a little bit of a break and then come back when Pitch Black is up and running. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate everybody sticking on by tonight. And yeah, I'll be back next week. Thanks, everybody.